Welcome to SimplyEasyDIY.com. In the last video, we walked through the steps of making a basic beginner's bookshelf. The joinery we used was very simple. Essentially, we used what was otherwise known as a butt joint. Just two surfaces that come together at right angles. Butt joints are easy, however, they are not traditionally the strongest joints in woodworking. Oftentimes, it is best to use them where they are not solely responsible for the structural integrity of a project. That is, if the project will be subjected to a fair amount of stress. In the case of our bookshelf, we compensated for the structural shortcomings of our joinery by allowing gravity to do what gravity does best: push things down. By placing the top of our bookshelf on the top of the sides, we increase the joint's shear strength. However, that still doesn't help us with our torsion strength, which I touched on in the last video. In order to deal with that, we added a back panel. And so we just took care of the two main forces that we should always be mindful of in all projects: big, small, simple, or complicated. However, with that said, there are some things we can do to improve its aesthetic appeal. So today we're going to take our bookshelf and step it up. All we need to do is add one tool to the list of things that we need. Now, if you don't know anything about routers, don't worry. I'll talk more about these in another video. If you follow any of my video project builds on YouTube, you'll often see me use a joinery method called a dado and its sister, the rabbet. A dado is a groove cut into the face of a board so the edge of another board can fit into that groove. A dado will have two sidewalls. A rabbet is also a groove, but it's only going to have one sidewall. By using a router to cut rabbets into the bookshelf's side pieces, we accomplish a few things. One, we eliminate the need for pocket hole screws. Let's face it, screws can get expensive, and the less we have to buy, the better. Two, we increase the joint's surface contact with its adjoining board. So we maintain the shear strength of our original butt joint, but we also increase our project's overall torsion strength, even before we add the back panel. Speaking of the back panel, let's go ahead and route another rabbet that is 1/4 inch deep around the inner back edge of all four sides. Now we can go ahead and add some glue to this rabbet and lay our back panel inside. We just eliminated the need for the brad nails that we used in our original design. We've just taken our simple and easy bookshelf, improved its strength and visual appeal without adding a lot of complexity. Now, instead of having to paint it because we had to cover up the exposed edges of a plywood back panel, we are free to let the natural beauty of the wood grain shine through, and we've removed the need for mechanical fasteners. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this two-part series on a basic and now intermediate bookshelf. What improvements would you have made to the original design? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let your knowledge and experience enrich the lives of all of us. Find me on Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, and check out my main YouTube channel for lots of great project builds. Until then.